ours. 5 states that don't, if we have to, we'll collect it. 95% of all retail sales taxes are earned by big companies and corporations. You sell a used car, no tax. You sell anything used, no tax. You have a garage sale, lawn sale, no tax. Bless you. Only new goods and services. You will see companies moving back to America. You will see a direct impact upon our trade situation. And if that's not done, forget the budget deficit. Trade deficit will kill us. And Dan talked to us about something I don't even want to get into. The world's reserve currency. If that goes, folks, I give America less than a year, it will implode. 1 year. And don't think that some of these foreign nations who do not like Uncle Sam aren't burning the midnight oil looking at the scenario. They have their own problems, or I think there'd be more action. But what was it that Charles de Gaulle said? He said, you never defeat America with a missile, but you destroy them through the dollar. We can buoy that dollar. We can build our economy. We can stabilize our economy. We don't need all these troops all over the world. One of my bills was take 10,000 and put them on our borders. Keep people from jumping the fence and keep drugs the hell out of here. Passed in the House against all opposition. Senate killed it. Now we have an Office of Homeland Security with open borders. Now think about it. And what does it boil down to? Both parties are trying to get a huge Hispanic bloc vote. While they're worried about maintaining their majorities, the country's going to hell in a handbasket. Look, my position is real clear on a lot of these issues, and I think many Americans feel the same way. If you're in here in our country legally, you're one of us. We'll keep you out. These are the things we got to do. What I would like when I leave today, and I don't know, I've given a lot of thought in coming down here, and the reason I come down is Paymont is just the greatest. And by the way, to see you last night with your family and that beautiful event, that was a beautiful scene, and congratulations. I have a little bit of I brought a little painting for you, by the way. I'll have to give it to you. And I think I've gone beyond my time, but I don't know what your situation is, but listen carefully. I'll entertain your questions if it's allowed. But if you go off half-cocked, when I'm done with you, you'll be able to exit that door, closed door with a top hat on, because I'm not playing. I don't want any aggravation. Do you have any questions? Real quick. Yes, in the back.
Yes, if you recall, Henry Buchanan wrote a book, I think about 5 or 6 years ago, and you mentioned 2 areas very important. Number 1, bring the troops home, and number 2, the incentive for corporations to come back to the country. And number 3, secure borders and they don't want to,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and stay the hell out of foreign wars. And I will give this president that credit, because we could have very well have been in a war, folks. And let's hope that they don't beat that down before it's over and put us there, because we had a few spies that were working for those ends. Yes, Mrs. Cardo. No, it's not. It's not a value added. It's final retail sales. You buy a coat. They say, well, trafficking, you're going to buy a $100 coat. Now it's going to be $125. But here's what Harvard said. That $100 coat is probably going to sell for $80 now, when you take the burden of the tax code off and take the weight off and the cost they have to meet with the burden. It's final retail sales. But let me ask you this. Everybody in this room probably pays 25% tax right now or more. You don't realize it. You know, a service charge is a tax. A fee is a tax. A toll is a tax. All these fancy words, they're all taxes. And when the Supreme Court ruled Obamacare constitutional, It was a deadpan legal argument Larry can substantiate. It has a tax, it's a tax, and Congress has the right to tax. Now let me tell you something you don't know and make you think. Because I believe Social Security is in jeopardy. Do you realize that all these deficits they talk about, national debt, does not include Social Security and Medicare? Do you know that Social Security and Medicare is not included in the accounting of our national budgets and fiscal statements? And do you know why? Because Congress could change it, Congress could raise the taxes on it, or Congress could eliminate it. It's not even factored in. You know what we have, folks? You have file cabinets with a bunch of IOUs in. And someday somebody's going to have to pay the piper. We need a revenue stream. Everybody got to pull that revenue stream. Right now you have half of the country paying for the other half. But what's happened with that is we destroyed families with that policy. We can't do that. I believe families will stick together if they can make it as a family. But there are people that are just separating and not living together that you would never imagine. They can't make it. So how do we do it? Are they going to have another reform bill like Larry showed us with a different number and some different buzzwords? And the last one I saw was, after all the definitions, it said, but not limited to them all, to the above. In other words, what else is there? Who are they going to tax? They're an outer space thing, come and pay them on? I mean, you started with that sauerkraut. Where is it? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me here.